So hello and welcome back to the channel. Now I'm going to start off by saying I hate the fact that I'm going to make this a video. And it's because it's a topic that it shouldn't be a video at all. It's the fact that Scottish referees are the worst in the world. And it's not even close. It seems to be that not one weekend or one match day can actually happen without there being a massive incident involving a referee messing up a decision. And a decision that's usually pretty straightforward and simple. And if you want an example of one, at the weekend, Hearts were 2-1 down, chasing the game away in Paisley at St Mirren, and Peter Haring gets sent off for a tackle that, yes, it's a foul, maybe it's a yellow as well, but it gets sent off, and it nearly cost Hearts getting a point or more at the weekend. But hey, alright, mistakes happen, it's fine. The red card got rescinded, Hearts got a point in the end, you know. But then the weekend before that, Alex Cochrane gets a very dubious red card, and he actually got a yellow card, and then VAR had a look at it and went, no, that's clear and obvious, it's a red. You can look at the incident about 50 million times. There's not a clear and obvious goal-scoring chance Celtic have got there. It's bonkers. You might be thinking, well, he's just naming Hearts' instance. He's biased in that regard. Well, what about two Hibs red cards that just happened really recently as well? Jego goes in. He didn't even make a foul against St Johnstone, and he gets a straight red, and it nearly cost Hibs the top six. And as well as that, Johan, he gets a second booking at Celtic Park, and even Dermot Gallagher called it a strange one. And you've got so many more as well. Like, for example, when Rangers and St Johnstone were playing against each other, Nicky Clark got sent off, and Ryan Jack, who did the exact same tackle, if not worse than Nicky Clark, he just gets a yellow card. It makes no sense, and there's a complete lack of consistency in the Scottish game. And whether you like it or not, Rangers and Celtic fans, you guys seem to get away a lot more with murder than any other club. I mean, the refs have no spine when they go to Ibrox or Celtic Park when it comes to big decisions where Celtic or Rangers players should be punished. They have no spine for it because they know the crowd's going to turn on them and it's going to be nasty, and they don't enjoy it. Rangers also haven't given away a penalty this year, and I can think of one off the top of my head. Conor Goldson, I believe Hearts were 4-0 down, maybe even 5-0 down at this point at Tynecastle. 90th minute, Conor Goldson gives a clear handball in the box. Nothing's given, no VAR check, and he's had multiple of them as well. It's ridiculous. But at the same time, I just think we have really poor refs. And I think that part of the reason for that is because they all work on a part-time basis. They're all part-time. No one in Scotland is a full-time referee. I mean, they get paid per game. And with all that as well, governing bodies are currently looking into getting specialist VAR referees so that it takes a lot less pressure on the current officials having to do both of them part-time wise. Now, that's all well and good, and I'm all for that as well. I think it would better the game, and I think that it would make it a lot easier for the referees and officials. But I also think they should be punished for poor decisions. I mean, what happens after games? Well, players and managers, they always get interviewed, and it's always on the incidents during the games. And if the SFA don't like their answers, and they think they're wrongly criticising the referees or anything like that, they fine them and they ban them. And that's just what happens. So why shouldn't the refs, one, be interviewed after the game, explain the incident, explain why they made that decision, and say what happened in their ear when speaking with VAR, and if they have made a bad decision, other than just rescinding it, no punishment, whatever, fine them, suspend them. I mean, you do to players and managers, so why shouldn't you do it to a referee as well? Not only should the refs be held accountable, but the SFA as well. They employ them. The likes of Neil Doncaster, the most useless man on the planet, the guy with the cushiest job ever, 300k plus a year, does nothing and makes the worst decision possible. He's supposed to help aid the referees and make sure that the sport in Scotland, it grows and we get a better product. But no, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't help them out, he doesn't help the teams out, and when you speak on the matter, he fines you and gives you a suspension. What help is that? I also just want to point out, I hate so much when they're doing the offside calls and they've got their wee VAR lines. I hate that a lot of the time. They show a sideways angle to try and draw the straight lines. Why is there not an angle where they can see it just straight on? And it would make the line so much easier. I don't know why. It just annoys me so much, and I don't get why it can't just be a different camera angle. There's about 50 million cameras in the stadium, and yet we've got to see a dodgy one at an angle where you can kind of make out. It just, I don't get it. I mean, I think as well, we took quite a big step forward in terms of the English game with referees, because Howard Webb on the latest Monday Night Football, Leicester v Liverpool, he was a special guest, and he came out and he was talking about the decisions that are getting made behind the scenes, and he was releasing some footage of the referees talking to the people in the VAR room about the decisions and why they made those decisions. And I think, like it or not, like what he said or not, that's exactly what we need to be doing to make sure that the standard of officials increases and they get better from there. A final thing on it as well, I think refs should be mic'd. Now, there's been clips that have surfaced from the French League, and the French League referees have been doing this, but you've already got a sport like rugby, and their officials are mic'd up, and you can hear them during the game. You can hear what they're discussing, and you can hear why they make a decision. Now, yes, you're not going to agree with all the decisions, but at least you know why he's made that decision in the first place. Why the refs aren't mic'd up, I have no idea. But who wouldn't want that, other than the officials themselves? To summarise, I think the refs should have to wear a mic so that we can hear them. I think they should have to be interviewed after so they can explain their decisions. I think they should be held accountable so that a fine or a match suspension should come into play. And I just think Scotland have the worst refs in the world. Actually, I don't think that. I know that. The likes of Nick Walsh and Willie Collum especially. Lord give me strength. So, that was the video. Let me know what you think down below. How do you think that the ref situation can improve? Do you think it's going well? No, because I know you don't think it's going well. But please give a like, give a follow and subscribe. Give a wee share around as well. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.